Bam, we're live. Good morning. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Wow, wow. Wow, 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 wow. Good morning, Tom, Kyle, Colt, Gene, Judy, Craig. Shalom. Yesterday, midday, I entered the garage, barefoot, of course, in my long johns. I put on the TV. I jumped on the assault bike. I did 20 calories on the assault bike and then some hang clean to overhead, 10 on each arm, and then I did like 15 of these just with a 20-pound dumbbell just to get moving. Just a little blood going. So I did that for like 45 minutes. And while I was doing that, see that part of the story took 18 seconds. My workout took 18 seconds. It took me 18 seconds to tell you my workout. Just a little quickie. And what that does, I don't know, you tell me, I'm open to it, but that lets you guys, judge me. There's a couple schleps out there who'll be like, "Oh, I'll try that. 20 calories on the assault bike and a 20-pound dumbbell with some just slow up and downs in each hand and then some of these." I like that. I could do that. "Sevy, can I borrow 10 grand?" "Sure. Of course." "I'd like to know more details about, your borrowing, why you're borrowing, Miss, Kroom, but, sure." And, I put on the I put on the TV that's in front of me with my little headset. And the reason why I'm sharing that part with you is like maybe some of you might want to do it. But either way, everything I'm telling you is so you can judge me. That's the engagement in the show. I tell you stuff about how I cut my pubes, then you can judge me and your brain starts going and now you're invested and you're engaged in the show, right? And as I'm flipping through the channels, I don't flip through channels. It's YouTube. I see Clydesdale, the great Scott Schweitzer, also maybe one of the oldest podcasts, YouTubers in the space. He has a live show on, and I put on the show, and I like this team of people that they have on. Every time I turn it on, and it's these three people, I really like it. Carolyn Prevost, uh, I think the Open champ, Jamie Latimer, and then Scott Schweitzer. And Scott's voice is a little raspy, like he got a cold or something, and I kind of like that. And he had a 5 o'clock shadow. I was digging everyone. They all kinda got, like, different looks. They got Jamie in the center. I was stoked. I saw it, and I like them. I like all of them, and I think they're smart and they know shit. Energy's a little low, but good to go. And Scott starts the show with 12 minutes of a story about driving a car. 12 minutes. 12 minutes. Dear Mr. Schweitzer, as a colleague, from me to you, unless you got pulled over by the cops and your cop was a female with a giant rack who had her shirt unzipped down to her midsection, no driving story can be 12 minutes. There was talk in there about I drive a U-Haul. The U-Haul was big, and Carolyn Prevost was like, U-Hauls take gas. I put gas in the U-Haul. Listen, guys. Not 12 minutes. Not 12 minutes into the story. Not 12 minutes into the show. Not 12 minutes of driving a car. So I was on I-5 in South Dakota. The Badlands are pretty. Huh. I've been there. Huh. No. 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 This will easily take 30 minutes. Thank you. My wife can make a driving story 14 minutes. People, please just be conscious when you are telling stories. You're not telling stories for yourself. You're telling stories to engage other people or to share something. The best part of the story was Scott said they pulled over somewhere and his daughter's dog ran out of the car or something and they had to like corral it. And Carolyn Prevost had a follow-up question, but like that story failed too. Like, hey, did the dog take a shit or pee on a fucking endangered species? How close were you to getting a ticket? Did the dog almost get hit by a car? How hard was it for you to chase a dog? Did you yell at your daughter? Sevon can make a pooping story take 20 minutes. This is what that story should have been. Wow, guys, this weekend I drove for 35 hours. I sat in my car so long I got 2 hemorrhoids. I have a new favorite gas station, Pilots, because I like the dress code there. The women always show cleavage. Boom, done. That's it. And then let's move on to Alyssa Fuliano uh, being at the Wetlands Games. Even though she didn't do the open, she took a spot and took camera time. And let's debate that. That's fun. Funner, more funnest. Sevon can make a Mr. Schweitzer story 20 minutes long. It was a good show. It was a great show. It was a great show. But just that first 12 minutes, I'm like, what are you doing? Now, I have some friends I watch the show with, so it's still fun. You know what I mean? Like we still have fun. We watch the show together. I didn't think the women's field was bad at Wadland. Why was it bad? I didn't think it was bad. When I went through the names, I mean, I didn't watch it. I mean, not more than like 30 seconds here and 30 seconds there. But when I went through the field of names with John Young, it sounded pretty good. There's a couple, maybe a handful of girls didn't show up. Oh, look at Miss Latimer. Critique noted. I'm so glad when he said, "What did you guys do this week?" And I'm like, Jamie, please don't tell me about how you went outside and mowed your lawn, unless you got in a fight with one of your drunk neighbors. I don't need to know about you mowing your lawn unless you got in a fight with one of your drunk neighbors, or unless the blade chopped off a toe, or unless you ran over a pile of poop and it sprayed in your face. Mr. Schweitzer. I kept waiting for Carolyn or Jamie to interrupt. Good morning, Mr. Lang. Good morning. Good morning. But Sevy, you're not perfect. You're not perfect, Sevy. I know. I know. I understand. Who are you to give advices? It was a big show yesterday. I felt like when I watch the Lauren Khalil podcast, if it goes over like 12 viewers, she starts to freak out a little bit. And yesterday Scott show is I think it was bigger than normal. And I was wondering if he was gonna freak out, but he didn't freak out. He did good. It was a good show. I enjoyed it. Good topics. But just but the driving story in the beginning, it's no. No, 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 no. Jamie is a lawn princess. Oh, I wish I knew what that meant. Sevi is perfect. Patrick Clark was in the comments. The great Patrick Clark, knowledgeable. wealth of information. Great contributor to podcasts. I think he was on drugs or something yesterday. Something was weird. It started off with him telling the viewers that Fuliana wasn't competing this year in CrossFit. But there she was at the semifinal. So you're like, wait a second. Are you liberal? Where what you say comes out of your mouth is the opposite of reality? You told us, Patrick Clark, that she's not doing CrossFit, yet we just watched her in the semifinal. Then he pivoted, Mr. Clark, usually a great contributor. I guess it's still great contributor because it made for great content. Then he pivoted to, no, she's not doing the CrossFit season. And it's like, there she is doing a piece of the CrossFit season. And this all started from the fact that she's doing the semifinal. She qualified for the games, but she can't go to the games because she didn't do the open. All up to her, by the way. I don't care what she does. I like her, whatever. Cool. Good to go. We're good. But if you're an elite level CrossFitter, why wouldn't you just do the open and leave the door open down the road? Why not just do it? Just do it. Now she qualified then she would have qualified for the games, and then she could decide, am I going to go or am I not going to go? Meanwhile, Patrick Clark's telling she's not going to do CrossFit, but there she is at the semifinal. So then he gets a little more granular and he says, well, she's not doing the season. Well, yeah, we know she's not doing the season. She didn't do the open, or at least she didn't submit her open scores. Then I push him further and I'm like, in the comments, I'm like, yo, dude, she's doing CrossFit this year. She's not taking 2025 off like you're stating. And then he finally said it. He goes, well, that's what she told me. Listen, you can tell me all you want. You're a woman. If I see 7 inches of cock dangling between your legs, you're a man. I trust, I do my own discernment. I know you're saying, Sevon, this can't be true. I'm telling you, there was all sorts of crazy stuff in the chat. There was something else crazy too I'm going to tell you about. It was nuts. Don't tell me someone's not doing the season when 40% of the show I'm watching, the Clydesdale podcast with the great Jamie Latimer, the brilliant Carolyn Prevost, and the hostess with the mostest with the beautiful 5 o'clock shadow, Scott Schweitzer, we're talking about the fact of how she performed in the event. Meanwhile, you got Brian. Next, you're going to tell me Brian Friend doesn't cover CrossFit. He did a fantastic job covering CrossFit this weekend. He was the only guy who was covering CrossFit this weekend. No wonder we don't get along. That's the thing. Can't we just talk? No, we can't. Because we can't even agree on what the words mean. We can't even agree. We can't even agree. We can't even agree that Brian's covering CrossFit when he's telling us he doesn't cover CrossFit. We can't even agree that Fuliano doesn't do CrossFit when we just watched her do CrossFit. And the topic of the conversation is that she qualified for the games. Then Patrick starts explaining that Brian did the event free. It's like, dude, everyone does everything for free. And listen, it's weird. I think Brian maybe misunderstood what was going on here. No one cared. Everyone, at least everyone I know, wants everyone to be rich. Like, you should be getting paid for everything. I get so excited when Hiller makes a video on someone not squatting below parallel at a Hyrox event, and he makes $142 off of 3 minutes of work. I love that. I'm so excited for him. I get so excited every time Pedro gets a new a sponsor, and I realize that they're probably giving him a 6-pack of free whatever he's sponsoring. Oh, look, Pedro got grips because he's sponsored by Frog Grips now. He got free grips and $18. Awesome. Yay. I'm stoked. The faster one of us gets rich doing this, the sooner 2 of us will get rich, and then 3 of us, and then 4 of us. The point isn't no one cares if you're making money. Everyone wants you to be making money. The story I heard is that I offered Lauren Khalil $500 a week via capeptides.com. I told her, hey, when she was working over at Morning Chalk Up, I said, hey, why don't you come over? You can make anything you want on my channel. I don't care if it's live, not live, 5 minutes, 20 minutes. You're one of the hardest working people I've seen in the space. Why don't you come over and I'll pay you $500? And at the time, because I was told that she didn't get paid anything to work at Morning Chalk Up, and she was killing it over there. And then I heard in response to that, I don't know if any of this is true. This is all allegedly. I heard in response to that, Justin LaFranco told her that the only reason I offered her the job, the work, the opportunity was to spite them, that I didn't really think she was good. Can you imagine telling someone that? You're not really good. Sevon's just offering you the money to spite us. 0% truth to that. Never even thought it for a minute. Never even thought it for 5 seconds. Andrew Hiller, 500 a week. Dear Lord. And then I heard, I don't know, allegedly that then in response to that, a Morning Chalk Up started paying her $2,200 or $2,400 a month to stay there. And I was extremely happy for her. Extremely, extremely happy for her. So I think Brian's deeply confused. No one's saying that you're retarded for wanting money. It's just weird when Rich Froning and the Froning podcast and Mayhem offers you a one-time, first-time opportunity to come do something with them to help them with their semifinals or games. It was analytics for the games or something. It was some shows that they were going to do for the games or the semifinals one year. And the breaking point was money. Like, hey, dude, get your foot in the door. Get your foot in the door. Plus, he had already had the experience working over here. Worked for free, got paid, left to try to get more money, didn't work out, came back, left, came back, left. Until that fell through. And then he should have been like, oh, that was a mistake. I messed that up. So then Mr. Clark, good morning, Mr. Clark. Good morning, Mr. Clark. Then Mr. Clark starts perseverating on the fact that Brian worked for free at Wadlands. And like we already knew that beforehand. Everyone was appreciative. I didn't hear one negative thing. I only heard the craziest positive things. It was wild. Even one of my friends whose initials are AH. I don't want to give away who he is. He's a dude. He's on TRT. He told me, he's like, man, he's doing a pretty good job. This is pretty good. iPhone and him just talking the whole time. This is pretty good. I heard Carolyn Prevost give Brian a little handy. Picture quality was good. Commentating was good. Someone said something stupid in the comments, like, I wish there were graphics. It's like, dude, that's the least we need. That, like, you want graphics? You want graphics? That's the least important thing. People say the dumbest stuff. And I thought it was interesting that the women really liked Brian's commentary. Because it's interesting. I'm open to be wrong on this, but I think the men want more visual. We all agreed that we wanted a wider shot. No one was putting that on Brian, by the way. We knew the limitations. Everyone who watched it understood the limitations of what was going on. But Mr. Clark starts perseverating on the fact that Brian did it for free to a point where you're like, okay, it's a lie. Like you went too far. You went too far. You can't say it 18 times. You only get to say it like once, and that's it. Especially if we all already know. And then it devolves into, well, he didn't get paid cash, but they paid for his ticket, his hotel room, his food, and they wrote him a check. Like, holy cow. Holy cow. Holy cow. So either that show was a testament to what's real and what's not. It was like or not a testament, a test to figure out what's real and what's not because there's so much weird stuff going on. Or I'm able to extract drama even from the most mundane moments in life. One of the two. I think how many F-bombs did I drop? Did I drop one or two? I'm trying not to swear right today. I'm giving it a whirl as a practice, not for any I think it'll make my show better. If I reduce the F-bombs by 75%. Hi, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. I think we should, again, appreciate the coverage that was done.
Yes.
Back in the day, something like that would have been amazing to have. All we had was leaderboard refreshes, if that.
On Twitter.
So to actually be there.
Yes.
Yeah, maybe on Twitter, you'd have to like dig and scratch and find somebody posting something. The fact that we have eyes on the events for the people that really appreciate the sport and appreciate the athletes, that's all you need. And there's something really cool about watching it from that lens anyway. It almost puts you there. And Brian,
we need better commentators like Brian or like Chase did. I don't remember when Chase did it, but Chase did a stream recently. We need people who call it like radio.
Correct.
We need that. We need in lane 8, the guy in the red shorts is from Switzerland, even if you don't know his name, and then we all look. You know what I mean? Yeah, we need that.
Right, because you start out as the guy in red shorts from Switzerland, and then you become somebody, right? You put your stamp in the events.
Yes.
So there's something so fun about being able to follow the story of dude in red shorts to champion. Yeah. And Brian better be saving his money now to buy all you guys Christmas cards, because the amount of publicity he's getting, even though it's negative, any pub's good pub, because quite frankly, I think everyone forgot that dude existed. And now he's back on the map. So he should tell you guys thank you.
He can thank Rich.
we all should thank Rich.
Yeah, he can thank Rich. Yeah, he did. It was wonderful. It's wonderful that he went out there. It's wonderful that he fired up the iPhone. It was great. I mean, I probably watched less than 5 minutes total, so I can't really commentate on it. But it had nothing to do with him. It just, I had no interest in the event because of the people who were in it. I really was only interested like in Anjola Kai and Roman and Yonakoski.
Yep.
But
yep.
And to be honest, so also there were 18 lanes or whatever. There were too many athletes there for me to get interested. I'm not upset with it. Like, that's why Crash is so good. There's 10 people there I'd never heard of, but by the end of we could cover them all and you could get to know them.
Yeah, I mean, you got to love too. The big thing about the Froning podcast was Roman may not qualify, and Roman almost wins every single event. So, yeah, I don't know why that's funny to me, but I saw the leaderboard at the very end. I'm like, yeah, that for somebody that's allegedly knowing all the athletes, especially the more obscure athletes, you didn't know shit about where Roman's going to finish at Wadland Fest. So good job, buddy.
My wife just sent me a text. It says, "This is a friendly reminder not to say the F word every 5 seconds." And then she put a smiling emoji. And when she says a friendly reminder and then a laughing emoji, that means my wife thinks that I'm going to be defensive. which makes me defensive.
Yeah. Hey, the cool thing, your wife is the greatest thing that ever happened to you. And then I would say she's probably like 1A. CrossFit's probably like 1B. Maybe your kids are probably 1B.
I understand. Yeah, we won't split hairs, but you're close. It's up there. Yep.
How was that? How was that boxing thing?
It was good. It was the reason why I like the boxing show so much. You're referring to the Chill Sports boxing show. It was 35 guys.
Yes, sir.
1 round, 1 minute. So basically, you know, when you're like in your algorithm, fights get in your algorithm. It was like that. It was like It was like basically just Instagram fights. It was good. It was wild. It was in the middle of it was in like crazy inbred West Virginia. My buddy Travis Bajent went there, and he's from West Virginia, and he said, "Hey, dude, even for me, this was ghetto." I mean, he said it was wild.
Oh my gosh.
He said in the whole audience there was like one attractive woman and one attractive man, and the entire venue. The venue was sold out. He said everyone else just was different, just different.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
So anyway, hey, I wouldn't be. I think it is very difficult to go to the games this year. And
10 less places.
Right. And these events, you never know who's going to show up, right, at these events. And so and you never know what's going to happen. I mean, with 77 guys, I don't know how they did the scoring at Wadlands, but man, one mess up and Roman could have been out. You know what I mean? One, you know.
I think at the end of the day,
I mean, Roman had to beat the judges. He had to beat the athletes and the judges because the judging and the standards were so bizarre that he had to beat the judges and the standards. Do you know what I mean? It wasn't just him against those people. There were a lot of outside sources he had to deal with.
Yeah, it probably made those races, even though it didn't look like it on the leaderboard, a lot closer for him because I think top athletes get judged more harshly than they do less harshly.
Yes.
Now, granted, people can make those arguments, but they're also going to be critiqued by everyone watching because all the eyes are going to be on them. So they can't really mess things up or take shortcuts because they're going to hear about it. So for him to go into an environment like that where probably the best judge or the best judges are going to be on his ass. Right. You got 18 lanes, so the dude that they found coming out of the bar to volunteer for judging gets to lane 18. He's going to have a much easier go than Roman would. So it's very impressive that he can fly out there, whoop up on some people, and get a spot.
Yeah. The question now is Anyola Kai going to make it, and how and where?
We need that because we need those sweaty, shirtless pics to grow the sport. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Hey, you know the best thing that ever happened to the sport in the last 10 years, we lost. If we would have stuck with Greg's plan to have countries, we would be so much further ahead now. This model that they have, the way they're running games events using the affiliate model, just letting each region just send people with no real oversight from CrossFit. They should have done that for countries. They should have, like, if we still had that and we were bringing 200 people to the games, like look what's happened. The reason why people didn't like that, if I remember correctly, is they thought it was messed up that certain people would get cut who deserved to go. Like I think like Annie, Pat Vellner and Fikowski got cut early and people were butthurt. But look where we are now. Now those guys don't even compete. If we just would have stuck it out, it's like the tariffs. If we would have just stuck that out and let every country come, we would be so far ahead now. Just like Greg was right about the open, switching from sectionals to open. And these people who, this question where, do you like online qualifiers or should there be online qualifiers? Stupid question. Like, of course there should be. Of course there has to be. Like,
right.
Like, who cares? Like, stop.
Yeah, I mean, I think that was, we were trying to protect people's feelings. We thought it was unfair for dudes that were ever only going to finish 4th or 5th. Who cares?
Yeah, now it
should have only been the best.
Yeah, now, well, look where we've gotten ourselves. Well, we would give anything to go back to that model now. People always think the grass is going to be greener on the other side. We got ahead of ourselves. And when I say we, I'm guilty, because I remember my big push was like, oh no, we're damaging the sport and we're not going to get the best. Who cares? We just need the very best. The top guy is still going to get through, and top gal. We screwed
Correct.
up.
And I think it's very similar to this year. No matter as dysfunctional as it is and lowering 10 spots, the best dudes, the best 5 to 10 dudes are going to be there at the games, battling out for number one. That's all that matters. Who cares if you did or didn't qualify and you were only going to finish 9th this year anyway? It doesn't matter.
And the barbell,
we want to see
and the barbell spin is saying people were mad the bad athletes would only get to do one workout. Yeah, who cares? I agree. Yeah, who cares? Like, then don't come.
Yeah, show up, get your free shirt and shorts, and then watch the show like the rest of us. Because at the end of the day, it's about the methodology, right? And finding number one is literally only about finding number one. That's why we only care about Tia, Rich, and Matt, because they were the best. Right. Do you remember anyone else? No.
I don't even remember the winners who only won once, unless there was the only reason why I remember Camille LeBlanc Blazenet is because she was a whiny little punk. And and the only reason why I remember Ben Smith is because he's still around. And I don't remember, and I don't. The only reason why I remember Graham Holmberg is because Rich fell off the rope. Like, it's the only reason why I remember Justin. Go ahead.
Rich ruined the one-time champion thing forever, because at the time it was going to be unheard of to go back to back. And when Rich did it, it was like, oh my gosh, it's possible. And then he goes ahead and wins 4 in a row. So it's like, oh yeah, if you only ever won one, you're a chump. But I mean, those guys and gals were just so badass in their own right. My favorite athlete of all time never won. You know who that is, Sevi? Miss Julie Fouché.
Oh. I have nothing nice to say.
Not a Julie Fouché fan, huh?
No, sir.
I've stopped following her since she stopped competing, but when she was competing, I was rooting for her to win.
Why did you like her? Because she was attractive and kept some semblance of her tits together while she got lean?
I think that was part of it. And then, she was just really good on some of the stuff, right? And she, it was interesting because she was like right there. Would she be able to get over the top and actually win the thing, and just could never do it? Yeah. And I forget at the time who she was trying to. It was either Briggs or maybe it was Thor's daughter, but she was good, just not good enough.
Yeah. I'm gonna be nice today. I'm very nice today.
Look at you. Maybe I was sent to make this call just so you could practice that stoicism you just showed on the show.
Thank you. I appreciate it. You're a gift from the heavens.
Yeah. All right, man. Take it easy.
Thank you. Bye. Nick, good morning. He's trying to explain why he likes her, but yes, it's because of what you said, Seth. Don't be harsh. I'm not. I like the fact that she was pretty and kept her tits on too. That was cool. It was weird. That's what's cool about Danielle Brandon too. She kept the hammers, the tatitos. She kept the tatitos. I was going to show you some police footage, but I see that Andrew's in the chat, and I don't want to lose Andrew by talking about something non-CrossFit. What I'm about to show you, I really need to see the whole podcast. You know who this guy looks like who's with Hunter on this podcast? He looks like, remember the dick doctor I had on from Miami? Remember the dick doctor, the exerciser? Do you remember that guy? The penis doctor? The pelvic floor specialist? This guy Hunter's interviewing, he looks just like him.
How quickly things can go from bad to total shitstorm.
I don't know what movie that's from. Spider-Man? Dr. Lance. Yes, Dr. Lance. Hunter's buddy looks like Dr. Lance, doesn't he? I wonder if Joe finds this guy attractive.
Ultimately, Hyrox is trying to find the fittest athlete on the planet.
Rule number one.
What did he just say? Is that out of context? Please tell me that's out of context. Andrew's just trolling that guy. He doesn't really mean that, right? Was there some preface to that where he said it's not like Hyrox is trying to find the fittest athlete in the world?
For surviving Zombieland, cardio. It's amazing how quickly things can go from bad to total shitstorm.
But ultimately, Hyrox is trying to find the fittest athlete on the planet.
Ultimately, Hyrox is trying to find the fittest the fittest athlete on the planet. It's this guy? Who is this guy? Please tell me it's out of context. Oh, I did this. Oh, they do Sentinel. This guy does Sentinel? I did that workout yesterday or a couple last week. Adrian Castillo, this is the kind of shit. This is the kind of shit that makes me hate Hyrox and why everyone hates Hyrox because of dumbass statements like that. Does anyone know if that's out of context? Does anyone in here comment on Hiller's post that it's out of context? That it's
amazing how quickly things can go from.
Please tell me it's out of context. Is it clickbait? It's got to be out of context. Does anyone watch that? Dude, it's not out of context. It's not? That's what I was waiting for. Did Hunter slap him around? What's the time code on that? Is that on Hunter's YouTube channel? Did Hunter slap him around for that? Please tell me Hunter slapped him around for that. Hunter's been to the games. He knows the difference. He knows there's levels to this shit. There are people in every single CrossFit gym on the planet who could give every single all the best Hyroxers in the world. Just your everyday CrossFitters. There's some in every gym who could give the best Hyrox, the 10 best Hyrox people in the world, 10 best men and 10 best women, a run using the hopper. You can take the two current Hyrox world champions until Tia becomes one and find someone at a local gym here in Santa Cruz who could beat a Hyroxer in a fitness test. Someone who's just specifically focused on doing one CrossFit workout day in and day out. Hunter made that claim himself. They must have been like, hey, dude, you want this podcast to pop off? Let's say that Hyrox is trying to find the fittest person on the planet. Nine. Oh, okay. Thank you. Let me see that. What's his YouTube channel? Hunter Hunter McIntyre. Here we go. Camp Beef. It's from videos. Is the one from 10 days ago? 6 days ago? There's one from 6 days ago? Nope, not that one. 10 days ago? No. Fixing my I don't see it. Oh, live? Was it a live? No. No. I don't see Oh, I found it. 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 Okay, here we go. Hunter's got a lot of stuff going on in his station.
Chips. Actually, I don't think it's really fair that people don't get to test it. I mean, I'm sure neutrals think it's more exciting, but ultimately Hyrox is trying to find the fittest athlete on the planet. And a large component of that is who's the strongest and who has that real strength endurance. When we first started getting into the sport, and I was probably
Hunter didn't even flinch.
Hunter running than you do functional fitness. Makes a huge difference. And I just have no clue what the hell is going to happen, because you're going to have to change your training even predominantly more to running than you do functional fitness.
Yeah, I know it's a bit of a gamble, I think, them rolling it out at World Championships. Actually, I don't think it's really fair that people don't get to test it. I mean, I'm sure neutrals think it's more exciting, but ultimately Hyrox is trying to find the fittest athlete on the planet. And a large component of that is who's the strongest and who has that real strength endurance. When we first started getting into the sport, and I was probably a year after you, the sleds were the separator. They were the
Wow, this guy is a world-class moron. This guy is maybe he lives in a cave. Maybe he's never heard of CrossFit. This is wild. I can't believe Hunter didn't push back. Maybe Hunter wasn't listening. Maybe he was reading the comments. Greg Glassman and creator of Hyrox should debate this issue on a podcast. Yeah. He said something about needing strength. And then he pivoted to strength endurance. This guy should have been in the chat yesterday on the Clydesdale podcast. Where living in reality and saying things that are true wasn't important. Oh boy. Someone needs to ask Hunter if he really thinks that. Maybe I'll text him. Actually, I'm done texting him. I've invited him on so many times now. I'm done. How many times do you think I should invite someone on before I just don't invite them anymore? I can't tell. I can't tell if it's like my ego. Like, hey, dude, I've invited you on 3 times. Two, you get 2, 3 times, 3, 2, 2, 3, 37 times. I know part of me is like, who cares? Just keep inviting them. We want Hunter. Okay, I'll send Hunter a link now. He gets his feelings hurt so easily. I sent him a link. I want to ask you if you think. Should I tell? I'm gonna ask him so he doesn't think he's being ambushed. I want to ask you if you think Hyrox is finding the fittest person on the planet. If I was Hunter, I would get juiced up and win one more time. Heidi coming to the defense of Hyrox. Hyrox hasn't claimed that it's doing that. Yeah, but this guy thinks that. And he's on the podcast with the most prominent Hyrox spokesperson in the world. Oh, good. I love Hunter and miss Hunter. Yeah, who doesn't love Hunter? Oh, stop, Mason. Mason, stop. There is only one definite. Mason, stop it. Get off your bike, go into your garage, open the drawer, pull out your seat, and put your seat back on your post. Stop riding that bike without a post or without a seat. Stop riding that bike bare post, raw dogging it. That 12-inch post has gotten so far into your anus that it scrambled your brain. Sevon, have you tried the breast milk ice cream yet? Is that true? Is there really breast milk ice cream? Isn't anything with milk in it breast milk? It's just cow breast milk? Sevon, have you pushed the Hyrox sled weight? No, I don't even know what it is. I didn't even know there was a sled in it. All I know from watching Andrew's videos is there's running and something that's supposed to be a wall ball. That's it. That's all I know. Do they have a ski erg in Hyrox? Is that one of them? 400-pound sled? Cool. Yay. $445. Oh, yay. Cool. Wee. Barclay, they found a way to milk an almond, but I didn't know almonds were mothers. Yeah, they shouldn't. I think there's actually a push to not allow almond milk to call themselves almond milk. That it's basically lying. Almond milk is just almonds soaking in water, and then they take the water and they call that almond milk. No response from Hunter yet. Standy. Sevon couldn't even push it an inch. You couldn't push it an inch either, Standy. You couldn't push half that weight an inch. I was going to say something about pushing a penis so the balls are resting on your chin, but I couldn't think of a way to deliver it, so it was funny. How about this football player? There's some football player, some quarterback. I guess it's Deion Sanders, one of his sons, who didn't get drafted where people thought he was going to get drafted. And so now people are saying it's racist. Of course it's racist. We already know the National Football League is racist. We already know that. You don't think it goes both ways? When you're woke, it goes both ways. When you're racist, you can be racist against whites one year and blacks the next year. Of course it's racist. The entire league is racist. They have some rule where you have to, if you're going to hire a new head coach, you have to interview at least 2 people who are dark-skinned. El negros. If you're going to hire someone to work the front desk, you have to hire at least 2 people. You have to interview at least 2 people who have a vagina. El vaginos. Vaginas. Sorry, wrong conjugation. Of course they're racist. It's a moot point. We already know that. Oh, that isn't that rich. The first pick of the draft was a black quarterback. Pat Lang, the rules have been in effect for a long time. The Steelers owner was a huge advocate of racism. Yeah. It's these people, like there are these liberal clips going around that are totally mischaracterizing what's going on, but they keep talking about how the White House has pulled down all of these government websites and web pages that celebrate blacks in, whatever, in science or in the military or in sports. And it's like, dude, if they were put up because they were black, that's when it started. That's when the racism started, not when they were pulled down. Do you remember when Andrew Hiller made that natty or not video on Justin Medeiros, and Justin was all happy that he liked Hiller because Hiller said he was natty? It's that kind of retardation. The question isn't whether you like Hiller because he chose you or natty or not. The question is, do you like someone like Hiller who makes videos that identify people as natty or not? Not what side of the fence he fell on. Are you stupid? Both options are always on the table. If I'm doing something nice for you because you're a Jew, then I could do something mean for you if you're a Jew. It's the same thing. How do people not see that? The bigger picture is the mechanism that allows you to make decisions is racist. You're using a mechanism. It's the same thing. Women's empowerment. That means you think women are weak. And do you know why women are weak? Because you think they are weak. It doesn't matter how much empowerment you do. Word salad, incoming word salad, incoming word salad, incoming word salad. Kamala Lang has spoken. We all get what you're saying, Sevon. No, you don't. But you're acting like these types of programs were put into effect out of thin air. They were all well-intentioned, I agree, years ago based on the climate of this nation. I agree, but who cares? Who cares, dude? I'm not talking about whether they're well-intentioned or not. Yeah, I agree with you. I think most Democrats are well-intentioned. I think Hitler was well-intentioned, Pat. I really do. And that's where it goes, by the way. People with well-intentions, socialists, end up stacking up bodies like cordwood. When Reebok announced they had butt firming shoes released, those shoes with the bottom on it, and they said if you wore these shoes and walked around in them, you would get a firmer butt, and it was a lie. There was no proof of that. They were well-intentioned. No one's disagreeing with you. It doesn't make it right. It doesn't make it right. 99% of the things that people do with good intentions end up hurting people. I'll take it back. Brian said the dumbest thing on the podcast with Rich the other day. God, it was so stupid. What'd he say? If something, I don't even remember. If something is good, if something is true, don't say it. If something is true, if something is helpful, don't say it. If something is good and helpful, say it when it's appropriate. I don't know what he was saying. I was thinking to myself, oh my goodness, you are the last person who even, if you think you can trust your fellow man's ideas on what's good and not good, you are lost. Is it possible to do a head-to-head Hyrox versus CrossFit? Yeah, of course. Possible to, yeah, of course. You can do head-to-head with anyone. First, you just define what fitness is, which Mason Mitchell has is allergic to, which CrossFit's already done, and nobody disputes. No one disputes intellectually. No one disputes. No one has how fast you can drive a car around a racetrack as one of the components of fitness. Everyone agrees that it should be over broad time and modal domains. And you just set up one of those peanut hoppers and you spin it and you pull out 10 random workouts. I have a photo of Wooly giving Sevon head. Send that to me. Is that AI or were you really there? Yeah, I went head to head with Wooly. He's fitter than me. But if the programming was different, I would have won. That's a Hyroxer for you. But if the programming was different, I would have won. 9 out of 10 CrossFit Hyroxers. That's a quote. That's something a Hyroxer says. That's how you know you should hate an athlete. Go back and look in time. I think Spieler was the first one to say that. But if the programming was different, if I was just a little taller, can you imagine how popular Colton would be if he was around in 2010? God, the excuses these fucking D-bags used to make. Hunter has argued Lance Armstrong was the fittest at one time. Hunter has a different definition. Damn, Lance was a beast, wasn't he? Riding a bike up a hill is hard. So hard. Okay, I want to show you this video of these cops. This is a 4-part series. There are some incredible angles of this fight that I'm about to show you. These are really, really bad cops. And this is a huge problem for society when we this is a huge problem for society that cops act like this. These cops are an endangerment to everybody. This is really, really bad what I'm about to show you.
Check this out, homies. These homegirls are getting crazy with these cops. Dang, what's your thoughts?
So that chick with the red bandana on just took a swipe at a cop. She's a threat to that cop, and now she's looking. Look where she's looking. Is she looking at his gun? Look, that. So now two of the girls have attacked that cop now, have physically hit him. This cop on the ground has her back to a guy. I think that's a guy. That might be a trainee. I can't tell if that's a man or a woman dressed as a man. But how would you let anyone get that close to your partner while your partner's fighting? What is going on there? Why aren't they tased or pepper sprayed or even shot? He just pushed his hands off her titties. Did you see that? Pushed him again. Resisting arrest. Now he or she has his back. Now some other lady shows up. I think this lady has fake tits and a fake ass. Her body's incredible. This black lady in the red shirt. Holy shit. That body is incredible. Hit her again. Hit him again. Pulls her hair. Look at that. Pulling the cop's hair now. At any point, these girls could take the gun from these cops and start shooting. At any fucking point. This is the kind of shit I expect to see in the UK. That she just kicked, you can't see it from this angle, but this one with the bandana just kicked this cop. There's another angle I've watched. Kick the cop on the ground in the head while she's handcuffed. while she's handcuffed. Yeah, I don't think this is an isolated incident. I think this happens in a Target parking lot 24 hours a day in the United States. That, do you see how I gotta find the next video if I can. The part damn, I wish I could. Oh, is this it? Anyway, that girl gets her handcuffed. I'm not going anywhere. Shut up. While that's going on, is this it? Oh, this guy only has part 1. Damn. Damn, I wish I had part 2. And she gets her handcuffs off. So while they're holding the other girl down on the ground, handcuffing her, a wider angle shows that the girl with the bandana gets her handcuffs off. They don't even put the handcuffs on her appropriately. You see her pull her hands out of the handcuffs. Look at, she has her gun right there. Someone could just take her gun. Someone could just take that cop's gun. Always remember that. Anytime someone threatens a cop physically, now everyone is in danger. Everyone's in danger. Everybody. Did I swear at all during this piece? Just grab that cop's gun and just start shooting while you're walking by with your baby in a stroller. I can't believe that girl's body. I trip on that, the old lady's body. This video would be so much better if everyone was naked. That cop got... It's like a skit. It's like a skit. There's some old man walking around. You got the token Mexican chick. How is he pushing those girls and they're not falling down? Oh man, it is nuts. This is an example of cops need more training. They don't get enough training. They don't want to train. Oh, I don't think you need training to pull out pepper spray and just start spraying everyone. And if you don't think racism is alive and well in the United States, then you're crazy. Because let me show you what happens if you're Asian. Hey, you think white people could have got away with that? No fucking way. No way. Let me show you what happens to an Asian lady who pushes a cop.
Mr. Choi, what are you trying to report?
I am trying to report that I have T-Mobile phone records.
You don't.
Okay, is this like some alternate reality where I have an email that you can't see?
We're done. We're not reopening this case. I'm not taking your report.
Okay, I'm going to stand here so you let me file a case because as a civilian, I have the right to do so.
If you want to...
This is a petite Asian lady with boobs big enough that the center of her shirt falls in between them, holding a computer in her hand. This is a dorky Asian lady. I don't know. That might have been redundant.
Stay in our lobby? You can, but if you're disruptive, you'll be arrested.
Okay, let's put me under arrest.
I'm not arresting you now.
Hey,
now you're
okay,
under arrest.
let's do this. Okay.
You're under...
Now she's under arrest for that? For that? Like, don't get me wrong. I think for sure she should be arrested. She should have had the shit slapped out of her for that.
Arrest for battery, police officer.
Okay.
Stop
Stop.
resisting.
I have back issues. Okay. Brain disease. I can't.
I have back issues and brain disease, she says. She
I can't.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. It doesn't exist, Pat. It was a joke. Pat, keep up with the show. I thought you said racism didn't exist. It doesn't. It's in your fucking head. Oops, two F-bombs. 2 F-bombs. My fault. It doesn't, buddy. It's a joke. It's you probably think Red Bull gives you wings too, huh, Pat? You see that commercial and you're like, Red Bull gives you wings. Oh, Melissa's got your back. Don't worry. Sevi, one thing and the opposite within minutes of every show. It's fun. She didn't consent to being arrested. Right. Good point. The black ladies with the giant tits and the great ass didn't consent to being arrested. Good point. YouTube is replete with examples of female cops incapable of handling one-on-one situations. The thing is, David, there was a dude there. There was a dude there. And I don't know, maybe Ortega's right. I don't know what they're told or what's gotten into their head. If it's the George Floyd shit, they don't want to go to jail for something that they didn't do. They don't want to pepper spray the girls and then the girl has a heart attack and dies and they go to jail. But I've made my position very clear. The second you threaten a police officer, you're basically threatening everyone in society because they carry guns. And if you attack someone who we pay to carry a gun and protect us, now we are all in danger because you could take that gun from that cop and start shooting. The police officers need different rules than the rest of us. Police officers should say to you one time, stand back. And if you don't, you get tased, you get shot, you get beaten, you get arrested. I don't care. I'm not doing that to people. And I don't want other people to do that to cops for my own safety. That's the whole point of having police officers, is to keep us safe. Is it perfect? No. To say, is it perfect? And then say no is stupid because nothing's perfect. Dude, that's bullshit. You made it clear that if you attack cops, you should be pardoned. No, Pat, what I made clear is that the cops should have beaten those guys on Jan 6 when they entered the building. You must not be listening again. You just hear what you want to hear. The cops did not do their job. They should have brought out water cannons and pepper spray, and anyone who entered the property of the U.S. Capitol should have been pepper sprayed, beaten, water cannoned. I think that if once they entered the building and they were a threat to any of the politicians that we elected to serve us, they should have been shot. I've been very clear about that. Very clear. Once again, you're just hearing what you want to hear. And do I think that they all should have been pardoned? 100%. I do agree with their pardons. Greta Thunberg's pivoted. She's doing. She's left. Greta Thunberg. Someone asked, "What's Greta doing these days?" She's doing Free Palestine now. She's left. She's left. She's left. She's left the scene. The great Adam Carolla wants to talk to us about airlines and how they charge for heavy luggage. Here we go. The Adam Carolla Show.
Sent me this meme. It's an airplane baggage thing. I've complained about this a few times. I've argued with tons of people. Like, well, why is it fair? The thin person is subsidizing the fat person. It would incentivize the fat person to lose some weight. Why do we weigh bags? Why even go through the process of weighing a bag? The heavier the load, the more fuel it takes to transport. Why does it cost more to ship an anvil to Kentucky than it does to send a dream catcher? You and your luggage should just be weighed together. Just like when you go to the salad bar and start loading up on that salad and you weigh it at the end.
I just like the idea of like the cattle scale of people just walking through with their bags.
Large people would not fly, and you never have to get wedged between a couple of tons of funds ever again. Every woman I know would be thinking about stepping on that scale. It shouldn't be private. It should come up top. High, like a game show. You know what I mean? And we get to see who's tipping those scales and what they're tipping them at.
Step right up.
Yeah, and then the ticket would just come out based on the weight. Somebody sent me the.
Do we like that? Are we good with that? It's going to be you know, I guess you could have some baseline weight. I was going to say, if you just flew people based on how much how much cargo, including their body, that they brought onto the plane, I guess tall people or pregnant people would have to pay more. I guess you could argue that they're being discriminated against, tall people, pregnant people, fat people, but I guess you could also say it's not discrimination, it's just fair. But I guess you could have some baseline weight. You could be like, hey, for everything over 300 pounds, it's an extra $5. You know what I mean? Per pound. Or $20. $20 a pound more over 300 pounds. I can't bring more clothes because of the 300 next to me on the plane. Yeah. I mean, does that work? Can we do that? Can we set, how would you set the baseline? You just pick the biggest person you could think of, like a 7-foot tall basketball player. Like, what if we even made it reasonable? What if you said everything over 350 pounds, you had to pay $20 a pound? So then if you're a 350 pound person and you bring a 40-pound bag, how much would that be? What did I say, $20 a pound? That'd be an extra $800. God, that seems so reasonable to me. You can't bring more than 350 pounds on the plane, including yourself. Doesn't that seem reasonable? 350? I know there's someone who's listening right now. They're like, well, I'm 298. Yeah, that's good. Did you guys know sugar causes cancer? Is there anyone in the chat who doesn't know that? Pat, you don't know that, do you? That sugar causes cancer? The cause of cancer is sugar? Did you know that? Does everyone in the chat know that? I used to talk about that. Remember the first 2 years I did the podcast? That's all I talked about. Now I've pivoted to how big my penis is. Sugar causes cancer. Eating too many carbohydrates causes cancer. The cause of cancer is sugar. No, all you talked about was the vax. Oh, darn it. Sugar causes cancer. Everyone knows that? Does everyone know that? Does everyone like if you ask 10 people on the street, would they know that? That's a good video. Hey, do you think sugar causes cancer? How should I ask that question? Do you think sugar causes cancer? Hey, Susan, let's do that one. Does sugar cause cancer? Excuse me, miss, do you think sugar causes cancer? Well, I think it plays a role in it, but everything in moderation. Okay, thank you. You think only 1 out of 10 know that, Mason? I think you're right, unfortunately. Whitney Davis, but what they want you to believe is that it's the chemicals in sugar you're eating that cause cancer. But really, it's just the sugar. Should I not eat my banana then? I'm just telling you, sugar causes cancer. Not if, when. Not if, when. Not chemicals, not fake sugars. Sugar. Sugar causes cancer. Taking the red dye out of Fruit Loops, not going to save you. I saw a 4-year-old drinking a root beer. I couldn't believe it. But you know what? I think that's the norm. I think that's the norm. I saw something really trippy on Instagram. I wonder if I can make this bigger. This doesn't even look like Katrin. You know those drawings? You know when you're walking by Central Park and there'll be some guy there drawing pictures? I think they're called caricatures. You know when it looks like you, but it doesn't really look like you? Doesn't this look like a caricature of Katrin Davidsdottir? Doesn't even look like her, right? Doesn't that look like a caricature? Is that AI? Oh, you think that's AI? You don't think that's real? Looks like AI? Nah, that looks like her. She got cheek fillers. I saw that and I was like, is that really her? It could even be her sister or something, or her mom. A lot of Photoshop. You think that's what's going on? It's an airbrushed photo. But that doesn't even look like her face, right? Doesn't it look like some Devesh Maharaj. A caricature of Sevi would be a nose with a face. Yeah, that's like a caricature. Riley S. It looks like she got what Zac Efron got. Man, he got weird looking. Ryan Kendall, she's always looked like that to me. Doesn't look like Annie either. Annie looks the same. She just looks a little bit older. She looks like a mom. But something's up with Katrin. Maybe it's because she's in the foreground or she's on the edge of the photo. Something is not right. It looks like her with AI touch-up. AI enhances something available in Lightroom. Anyway. No, I'm not really a fan of that. Oh, her face looks different now that she got fake boobs. Oh. Something's not right with that picture. I was just staring at it this morning. Like, wait, what? What's going on here? Let me type in caricature. Caricature. Oh, I spelled it right. Yeah, look, these are caricatures. Doesn't that someone take? Will someone take that picture of Katrin? Isn't there some filter you can put on that turns it into a pencil drawing? Yeah, it looks like a caricature of her for sure. Yeah, it doesn't even look real. Like this LeBron one here. I bet you if you just took a pencil filter and put it on that picture of Katrin, it would look like a caricature of her. I should have done that. That would have taken some show prep, though. No love from Hunter. Her boob job made her face look different. Or maybe we just haven't looked at her face in 5 months. She looks like Quagmire. Giggity. Joel's caricatures are made by artists who became unemployed after World War II because they could no longer make racist propaganda posters about Jews, Japanese, Germans, and Russians. I got one for you, Joe. Let's look at this one, Joe. You're gonna love this one. You're gonna love this one. Nancy May isn't playing. This dude's. So this is Nancy May. Do you guys know about Nancy May? I think she's a senator. She always talks about the fact that she was raped. It's pretty intense. And she has she's in a Congress or Senate. She's a congresswoman or senator. Nancy Mace. Her jugs are massive. Sometimes when I'm bored, I just type in her name and hit Google Images. I type in her name and boobs and just hit Google Images. Her jugs are huge. It's so weird to me. Oh boy, this is going to be the craziest thing I've said on the show. It's so weird to me that you would have been raped, but then would have put the biggest bolt-ons money can buy. Because to me, that you would think that would just attract more predators. You know what I mean? It's like going swimming and chumming the water with blood before you go in the water. Because you like the color red. I just don't get the thought process. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm not saying it's wrong. Like, do what you got to do. But I just don't understand the process of it. Carolyn Levitt's boobs. Oh, yeah. Carolyn Levitt's boobs are making the rounds too. She wore a dress the other day that was crazy. Carolyn Levitt wore a dress the other day that was crazy. Predators don't care about the size of your tits. That's a great point. But listen, I hear you. But don't you think it chums the water for it? I hear you. I know that that's a very astute point. But don't you think like it's like putting blood in the water before you go diving in the ocean? Like it's just going to bring out the sharks. Or maybe they offer her protection because then there's more men around. I don't know. I would rather walk around in the Puerto Rican Day Parade in New York City with my tits hidden than giant hammers. The chances of getting raped are probably way higher if you have giant hammers. I think, Joe. I think. She isn't living the victim any longer. Oh, so maybe you think it's like a pushback in the complete opposite direction. I hear you in that. Like, fuck you, I ain't scared. Look what I got. She says to Nancy Mace, I'd like you to apologize. Because what you said was derogatory.
Second of all.
Is tranny derogatory to you?
It is tranny derogatory towards you?
Yeah.
Of course it fucking is.
Tranny. Yeah, tranny. If that's derogatory, then you I'm sorry.
I would like for you to apologize, but it is derogatory and second of all.
Is tranny derogatory to you?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Of course it fucking is.
Tranny. Yeah, tranny. If that's derogatory, then I'm sorry.
I would like for you to
I think this kid in the blue here is look, and now she bends over, so there's people in the audience who could see her cleavage. I think this dude right here is perving out on Nancy Mace. Nancy Mace.
apologize, but it is derogatory and second of all.
Is tranny derogatory to you?
Well, yeah.
Well, yeah.
Of course it fucking is.
Tranny. Yeah, tranny. If that's derogatory, then
Why does that lady have a fern? How did she end up with the plant at the Nancy Mace rally?
I would like for you to apologize, but it is derogatory and second of all.
Is tranny derogatory to you?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Of course it fucking is.
Tranny. Yeah, tranny. If that's derogatory, then
I would like for you to
Oh boy. That's not a lady. I call myself a tranny, but Nancy Mace is doing it to be an ass. Yeah, Nancy's upset. She's standing her ground firm. Her tits are way better than her ass. I like her a lot. Yeah, where'd you get the plant from? I know, that's weird, right? The fern. She has a great body. Yeah, she's petite, man. She is petite. She walks the halls of Congress with her giant cannons and a tube dress. But I mean, you know, if you go up to her at a rally and tell her to apologize for saying the word tranny, you're gonna like it. It's gonna get weird. You might even be looking for that moment, that viral moment. Jeffrey Epstein's a victim, Virginia Giuffre, who killed herself at her Australian home, once declared, "I'm no way, shape, or form am I suicidal." Oh boy. I looked into this, and this lady is batshit crazy. And it probably didn't help that she was raped by fucking 100 dudes that Ghislaine Maxwell and Jeffrey Epstein set her up with. I don't know how anyone thinks that's going to turn out well if you capture a young girl and start letting dudes fuck her all over the world. This is the chick that the prince of England, that old guy, allegedly fucked her and then settled out of court. She says they fucked like 3 times. Something definitely bad happened to this chick. Jeffrey Epstein's victim, Virginia Giuffre, who killed herself at her Australian home, once declared, "I'm no way, in shape or form, am I suicidal." She killed herself at her home in Western Australia, once sternly warned she would never commit suicide. The Jeffrey Epstein victim turned whistleblower made the statement in X in 2019. So that was 5 years ago, replying to another user who claimed the FBI will kill her to protect ultra-rich and well-connected. The problem is she did go crazy in the last couple of years. Let me see if it gets down here. Republican Marjorie Taylor Greene posted a photo of Giuffre with Prince Andrew. Here she is as a young girl. I don't know, 17, 18. She was sex trafficked by Epstein and this other lady, allegedly. I believe it was. She had kids and a husband, but I think her kids were taken from her. As of now, her family's saying it was suicide. I don't know if you guys remember, but a month or two earlier, she was hit by a bus. And while she was in the hospital, she said, "Hey, I'm having kidney failure and I'll be dead in 4 days." Here she is after she got hit by the bus. She looks like she might have got some fake hammers too. Goofrey had separated from her husband of 2 decades in January and apparently left him and their 3 children in their $1.9 million mansion in the Ocean Reef section of Perth in Western Australia and moved an hour north to a tiny town with less than 300 people. My beautiful babies have no clue how much I love them, and they're being poisoned with lies. I miss them so much. What a crazy, hard life. Born a child. Goofrey took legal action against the billionaire and financier and convicted pedophile Epstein in 2015. Allegedly, she was trafficked at 16. I believe it's true. After his ex-lover and convicted Madam Ghislaine Maxwell recruited her from her job as a locker room attendant at President Trump's Mar-a-Lago resort. Man. She also alleged she was forced to have sex with disgraced Prince Andrew 3 times when she was 17, including at Epstein's Little St. James Island in New Mexico. I mean, here's a picture of her with Prince Andrew. Hey, if you're a 40-year-old guy, if you're a 30-year-old guy, if you're a 40-year-old guy, if you're a 50-year-old guy, if you're a 60-year-old guy, if you're not the same age as a girl who looks like this, as an 18-year-old girl, and you take a picture with her like that, you're a piece of shit. You're a moron. You are a world-class idiot. Yeah. How the fuck? How old do you think that dude is? 15 and she's 17 in the picture? What the fuck are you doing putting your hand on a 17-year-old girl's waist with wearing a half shirt if you're 50? Like, that better be your daughter. And Pat, I don't have a definition on how to behave. I just fucking know. The same way I know that Hyroxers will never be able to claim being the fittest as long as CrossFit's around. Like, hey, dude, once you're over 50, you don't hug girls unless you're related to them or it's your wife or your girlfriend. Over 20. Unless you're at a party on drugs. I mean, this is fucking nuts. Maybe if she had just won the gold medal in the Olympics and that was her coach, maybe. Or if you're Leonardo DiCaprio, yeah. Now, if you're some just fat tub of shit with a fucking cigar hanging out of his mouth and you're walking down the strip and you see 2 whores and you're like, hey, can I take a picture between you? And you put your arms around them and you give them $50 each for the photo. Okay. I'm not saying I can't see a place for it. But you're the fucking Prince of England and you have your arm around a fucking 17-year-old girl with the world's largest madam in the background. Sorry, dude. Prince Andrew has long denied the allegations, but settled out of court with his accuser for a hefty $12 million. So she was filthy rich. She left her husband and 3 kids 2 weeks earlier. She'd also been hit by a bus. I'm guessing. I know it's so tempting to say she was killed, but I'm guessing she went crazy. How long does that note last? If you say, "Hey, I'm not suicidal," what's the shelf life of that? Hey, just if, Like, there's got to be some circumstance where you're saying that I'm not suicidal, but you're just paranoid. Like, what if I told you guys, hey, I'm not suicidal, I'm not suicidal? You'd be like, what the fuck is Sevi saying? Why is he saying that? I'm either crazy or I haven't told you that I've been smuggling heroin across the border and didn't pay the fucking cartel. Yeah, I agree. What Pat said. Just because she doesn't mean she wasn't suicidal. Yeah. I don't know what you're saying, but I agree with you. I think she killed herself. I don't know if this is true. Anyone who was raped repeatedly for years is most likely always suicidal. I don't know about suicidal, but like they're definitely, their brain chemistry is not something that I can relate with. Something happened to it. They're not on the same planet as me. They've had to deal with some hardships that have shifted their biology. Oh, I'm hearing some ideas about Kill Taylor season 2. They're thinking about changing the name of the show to Kill Layman, starring K.O. Layman. Wow. God, wouldn't that be awesome? Wouldn't that be awesome? Hey, K.O. Layman does season 2 of Kill Taylor, and he always just gets to do like whatever he wants. You know what I mean? Like, doesn't have to lock out, no full range of motion, shave reps, just whatever. I was suicidal when I was 20, and when the doctor asked me, I told him I was not, so I wouldn't be taken to the hospital. Oh yeah, I get that. I'd do that too. Hey, Whitney, they should almost, like, if you say you're not, then that's when they take you. You know what I mean? Like, that's when they know. Oh shit, closed it easy. The number 1. I just closed the 1 easy. Andrew, when you do these, do you hold this top part? I heard that's cheating, but if you do that, it's so much easier to close. Still can't close it with my left. But if you hold this, it's so much easier. As opposed to just out here. That's fucking hard. Sevi, you don't clip your pinky nails? Of course I clip my pinky nails. What do you think I am, gay? $112. $112.6. Yes, we think you're gay. We think you're gay. No, but I got that isn't Hiller's, but I got it from Hiller. We think we think I don't know how to process that. Hey, hi Jody. Hello?
Cabinet gal, what's up?
Hi, how are you?
I'm great.
Are you in
I'm gonna.
Are you traveling? You sound like you're in a
Go
car.
ahead.
You sound like you're in a car.
Yep. On my way to a kitchen measure.
Hey, what percentage of the people do you give measurements for that actually pull the trigger?
My conversion rate?
Yeah.
I'd say like 70%.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
We had someone come out. We thought for sure we were going to get some desks and shelves put in for our little jiu-jitsu room to have a little school area there. And the lady came out, and then we were going to get it. And then I started getting some other ideas, and then we had her come out again. And the bids were so expensive. And then we didn't do it. And I was like, I was feeling bad, like we wasted that lady's time.
No. You didn't. That happens all the time.
She was really cool. She brought a computer and laid it all out for us.
That's what I do. Anyhow, I was in New York City yesterday.
And you saw violence.
I'm going back. No, I didn't see violence.
Oh.
I'm going back a couple issues to the racism.
Oh, tell me.
So we're in this hoity-toity, coffee shop because my kids can't just serve me a cup of Maxwell House. We got to go to a nice little place. So I go to the restroom and there's this sticker. Stop racism. Stop ICE. I'm like, one doesn't have to do with the other.
Where was the sticker?
I was in the bathroom it was just stuck on the wall there.
Oh, so it wasn't like the restaurant didn't put it up. It was like some patron was in there dropping a deuce.
Oh yeah, some kid put it up in the bathroom.
Yeah, that's what Pat does.
Kind of like,
that's what Pat does. He conflates ideas. You're right.
Like one has nothing to do with the other, and I just don't even want to be in that establishment or that environment with my kids. But
yeah,
that's the generation that's in New York City right now. So
yeah, New York City's fucked. The people there are fucked. Hey, but they'll slowly.
My kids love it there, though. They absolutely love it.
And it's wonderful. It's fun as a kid. Didn't you like it as a kid?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Well, I can see why they like it. There's a lot going on, but it was just funny. I was thinking of when you were talking about the racism. Yeah, I'm sure ICE is just being racist when they remove people who are illegally in our country.
Hey, it's the same.
It doesn't even make sense.
It's the same people who do that. Like if you were to say something about a woman that they don't like, they would call you misogynist. Like if you were to be like, hey, right. I don't like the way that woman walks upstairs, someone would be like, you're a misogynist. It's like, wait a second. I'm talking about her biomechanics. How did it come to racism? Oh, because you're not allowed to critique women. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Anyway, I always want to call in, but I wanted to definitely call in on that. It's just that's what is going on in the young group in New York City. That's like how they think.
I'm gonna pigeonhole all my callers. Okay, I'm gonna stereotype them. I have a cabinet lady. I have a tranny.
The cabinet gal.
The cabinet gal. I have a tranny. I have a black guy that lives in liberal Milwaukee, black conservative. I got a cop in Long Island who sounds like he fell out of a movie set. I guess those are pretty much my regulars. I had
got Garrett. You got
who?
You got Garrett.
Who's Garrett?
Garrett Clinton.
Oh, she doesn't call in. I'm talking about people who like call in, like people.
Oh, people who call in.
Yeah,
okay.
Like my crew. Yeah.
I gotta tell you something.
Tell me.
That Kill Taylor is so freaking funny.
Oh, I'm glad you like it.
As crude and rude as you guys are, I just laugh my ass off.
I tell myself if I don't say something every show that makes me go, ooh, Sevi, you probably shouldn't have said that. Like if I don't go in my head at least once a show, that means I'm not working hard enough. But it happens every show. I say something like, oh, that wasn't nice.
And then one more thing, the other night when you were saying that anybody who works at CrossFit HQ needs to take an oath, I thought that was very smart.
What's the oath? What was the oath?
Oh, the oath of, just living the CrossFit lifestyle.
Oh, yeah, right.
They have to take the oath of, it's the world's most elegant solution to the vexing problems or whatever it is.
There's executives who work there who think CrossFit is dangerous and bad. Just think about that.
Well, it's like,
think about that for a second.
Yeah.
That's like working in Hitler's Nazi Germany and loving Jews.
Well, I was thinking it's like a priest or a nun. You have to take the oath of celibacy.
Yeah,
And
it is. The truth is too. I can't tell you how irresponsible it is. It's so. It's
yeah,
like,
you know that's never going to happen, though. I mean, they're out to make money. They're not out to change lives. They're just out to make money. So that's not going to happen.
I'm okay if they were just out to make money. How about just at least getting people on there who love it? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I understand.
Like, you have such a valuable proposition for all of humanity, not only to make money, but to something to be proud of.
Yeah. Well, all of us CrossFitters know that we're all in those people are all in the trenches doing it with the local communities. So, you have the safety net of that population is living that.
Do you think we're getting more and more people who loved CrossFit and made their whole existence CrossFit and their whole identity CrossFit, slowly starting to walk away from it, not because of the fact that they don't love it, but they're scared that they see CrossFit's popularity waning a little bit, and so they're trying to do their own thing?
No.
They're like opportunists, or
No.
No, okay.
No, I don't see that. There's a couple of outliers, but no, I think the CrossFit communities here are pretty strong. Well, I'm in Connecticut, so it's not as populous, but all the gyms are pretty strong here.
All right, good. All right, well, have a great day. Yeah. I'm glad you got to spend time with your kids.
I will. You take care. Bye-bye.
Right, bye. Paper Street Coffee, what time was your last drink? Noon? Last cup of coffee? Gabe, I was in the city yesterday too, and I had 2 espressos and 2 regular coffee drinks. I was up till 1 a.m. I'm not talking about why people stop doing it. I'm just seeing more and more of like these former I don't know what the word is, influencers now kind of like trying to do their own thing and make their own thing. And I'm just wondering what's going on with them, why they're taking that stance. Flash forward 20 years. I bring to you Pat Lang from the future. This is Pat Lang from the future.
Who are supposed to be so liberal are against freedom of speech.
Yeah, isn't that weird? So she's going to come up to you and tell you not to engage with me.
Yeah. I mean, this is incredible, and I'm much more liberal than they are, right?
It's
like,
she's not on our side. She's opposition.
Yeah, but that's exactly what the other people say, right? Don't talk to people because we don't all share the same values. Well, we don't all share the same values, right?
Correct.
But I share the value of freedom of speech.
Correct.
Right? Mm-hmm. And I can talk to her.
Just know she's going to edit it and make you look like a fool.
Well,
I think is the most reasonable.
Well,
right? You're right. I'm just here providing safety.
I share your values, but I also believe in dialogue and freedom of speech. Okay.
Okay. Enjoy. Right. Just you've been warned.
Yeah. See, there you go.
Now here comes the good part. Here's the part that that's Pat Lang, right? Hey, Patty, good job, dude. Pat's a good dude. But here's the part that gets weird. This is the part that's hard to process. Okay, here you go.
Did you need that warning? Well, you seem like you have some wisdom on your side.
Well, I'm an extremely liberal person, right?
Okay.
But, there's an old saying, liberals are often fascists on vacation.
Liberals are often fascists on vacation. We all know what a fascist is, right? Someone who wants to take away the rights of the individual and give them to groups. I want to take away your right to get a job, you smart Asian, so I can give it to black people. I want to take away your right to defend yourself, Mr. Police Officer, so black people can steal. I want to take away your right to be afraid of Muslim beheaders. I don't want you reporting rape of women because I don't want to offend Muslims, the group. Liberals are fascists on vacation. Controlling the media, censorship, all of it. Anyway, that's our Patty Lang in 20 years. There he is. Good dude. He knows. He got a wife at home. He got to keep her happy. He got to keep taking advantage of illegals to keep the golf course clean. I understand. I ain't hating. Oh, is this it? Is this it? Oh, here it is. Here's another angle. Here's the angle where she gets out of her handcuffs. You're not even going to believe this. Here's the angle where she gets out of her handcuffs. I knew I had it. The cop, we're going to fight. Nice tip.
Don't tell me why I'm getting my body out, bitch. Let him go. I'm going to calm her down. I don't need you grabbing on her.
Get in the car.
Relax.
No, it doesn't matter.
Get the fuck off. Get the fuck off of her.
Get
off of her.
Sit down.
Sit down.
Sit back. You're going to
Hey. My daughter. Come
Now watch her get the handcuffs off. Watch her get the handcuffs off here. Watch. She pulls her hand out. Now her mom's getting fucked up. Look at. She just took her fucking handcuffs off. I think those tits and ass are fake. I think those tits and ass are fake. Joe, Sevi was describing more socialism and Marxism, but they're all intertwined at some point. Yeah, all three of those do that. It's about taking all three of those share these elements. Take from individuals, give to groups, and then always taking, not bringing things to market. They'll all, even in socialism, fascism, and communism, they'll always still be capitalism because capitalism is part of our biology. There always will be something innovative happening and someone trying to bring it to market. It happens in prisons, a prison is the ultimate socialist, communist, fascist experiment, right? Everyone has the same toothbrush, same sheets, same, like everyone's just, it's all equal. Equity. It's equity at the highest level. That's the equity experiment, prison. That's what World Economic Forum wants, equity. We're all on the same level. No one gets special sheets. No one gets a special mattress. But within that prison system, you can't stop it. Capitalism will spring up.
Hit my daughter.
Pull your other hand behind your back now.
You just hit my fucking
Pull your other hand behind your back now.
I cannot. You really put your hand.
How are you letting that girl walk behind you after she already hit you and the other officer?
Bitch, are you serious?
Where'd the other one go?
You just put your hands on my fucking
Where did the other one go?
daughter.
She's over there. She's over there.
Shut the fuck up.
Oh, and that old white guy said you're a good example for your daughter.
Oh, that's up. Be quiet, baby. Be quiet.
That guy, the old white guy said, I've never seen such unruly behavior.
And we need another unit.
I'm not doing it. Stop talking to her. I got her. Stop. I got her. What? I got
He said to the old guy said to the female officer, "You want some backup?"
That one. I gotta be in the brown. In the brown.
What do you mean?
I gotta be black. How you want to tell me to say that? Relax.
Get it back, dude. Get it back, dude.
Jim, get on the ground.
Relax. Relax. It's a project. Relax. If you push me, I don't care. Relax.
Babe, get in the car.
It's gonna be a lawsuit. Don't worry about that.
Hey Joe, is this cop really is this dude really a woman? This cop? Because look now, when the men are there, how different this dude looks. Now that some men showed up, you know what I mean? Like the sheriff showed up, and they all look like men.
Don't worry about that. Did you get that on record?
It's almost like those guys were rent-a-cops, and then the real cop showed up.
Yeah.
You got all that, please? Okay, thank you so much.
Hey, bro, we got this from the minute it started, bro. We need to get the minds information, bro. We were here when they started beating the kids. They started beating the dog.
Can you fix my sock on my foot?
That Mexican guy says, "We were here from the beginning when they started beating the daughter." We got it all on film. When they started beating the daughter. Oh my goodness. I have mad respect for anyone willing to do the job. I don't know. I used to be like that. I don't think I'm in that camp anymore, Joe. I don't know. At this point, those cops are a threat to society. Those cops are a danger to all of us. If you can't protect yourself, how are you going to protect us? I need it so soon as you walk up and put your hands on a cop, you get just throat punched. I need the cop to think that their life's in danger, and therefore everyone around them, his life is in danger. Sevi, what's your workout today? I keep telling myself I'm going to take a day off. I want to try to take another day off. Yesterday, I was planning on taking yesterday off and fasting, and I took my kids to a tennis tournament, and then the tennis tournament got rained out. The courts were wet. And so all the families went to a fancy restaurant, and then I ended up eating there. So now I'm like, today, I'm like, maybe I should fast today. Like I shouldn't eat today, and I should just chill. I've been training so hard since before the Open, and I've gotten so strong and muscular and wound up tight. My body needs a rest. Can't believe how strong I've gotten. I'm almost like a CrossFitter now. I'll tell myself, I'll try my hardest not to work out today. That cop was a supervisor. The one that I thought was a woman. The man that I thought was a woman. You're doing half Murph today? Damn. No, not 225 bench strong. No. But 10 squat cleans touch and go at 135 strong. Like if you came over to my house, I could do that. I mean, I'd have to warm up for 20 minutes. Yeah, Wooly gets the credit. I think he does. I mean, he gets some credit, that's for sure. Oh, shut it. Mason, God, you're a douche. Sevi, did you find your muscle up ab picture? Oh, shut your pie hole. Someone squat clean a 135 for 10 today and send me a screen and send me the video. Post it and tag me. You should send it to me too, though, because I don't use that heart button and look at people who tag me. I know I'm strong. That's pretty strong. 10 at 135. Yeah, I'm strong. Quads, lats, hammies. I'm strong. Yeah, unbroken. Touch and go. Touch and go. Touch and go. Like it's my trabajo. For borderline gay old Californian, you're pretty strong. Yeah, touch and go. Touch and go. Jeffrey Birchfield, 10 at 135 squat clean. Sure, I'll try. Oh, good. Yeah. I know. I don't understand it either. That's what I don't get. 10 at 135 muscle ups, handstand push-ups, but can't bench 225. I know. I don't get it either. And I got some crazy, beautiful, thick titties. Like you wouldn't believe them. I wish I could hug myself and feel what they feel like pushed up against me. Dense. Dense. They're dense. Yeah, you could touch them. They're dense. Yeah, I'll take a bench program. I'll try a bench program. And but I can't. This even hurts me right now to do this. Something is really wrong with my shoulder. And Souza says it's something pinching in my back. And I tried to roll out with a ball yesterday for the first time. My wife pulled out my what are those hard balls called? They're for that sport with the stick. But I don't know. Oh, I think I have a meeting at 9:30. I don't normally do meetings. Today's a big day. Today I'm like an adult today. I wonder if Souza put it on the calendar. See if I wonder if it's a Zoom call. Oh, at 9:30. I should ask Souza if that's a Zoom call. Or if it's a just a phone call. Seth, I don't pee very often in the morning. It's only after, because like once the show's over, I start just chugging all sorts of liquids.
You reach Matt, leave a message, and I'll get back to you as I can.
Thank you, Roadcaster. Thank you, Roadcaster. Make sure, hey, Mr. Birchfield, make sure you warm up good for that. Warm up good for that. And then also I highly recommend if you're gonna go for it to take a little 5-minute break before you hit it. You'd be surprised at how winded you are. The other day I tried it. I tried 135, 10 squat cleans at 135, and I got to 8, and then I got lazy and didn't pull underneath it and failed one. And then I waited 5 minutes and tried 7, and I got to 7, and same thing. I got lazy and didn't pull underneath it. And my I couldn't believe how winded I was. I was so exhausted. So I would warm up really good so you don't hurt yourself, and then and then from there, make sure you got the wind. Hey, yeah, I was winded. Yeah, Mike McCaskey, I was crazy winded.
Barbell cardio is no joke, man.
Yeah, I asked Susan, I'm like, hey, am I okay? He goes, why? I'm like, I was fucking around. I did 8 squat cleans at 135 touch and go, and I was pretty tired. And then I tried again, and I was like exhausted. He's like, no, barbell cycling's hard.
Yeah, you can take any sort of body weight. Say you did 10 rounds of Cindy, and then you do something like DT. The DT is, I mean, Cindy's going to have its 10 rounds of that. It's going to kick your ass, but there's nothing like that moving that barbell over and over and over. That's
Thanks. I'm glad you said that. I thought you were calling to tell me I'm a pussy. That's cool.
That's later. That's later. Two things for you with the shoulder and the back, all those issues you got.
Yeah.
Hanging from the bar, trying to accumulate like a pull-up bar, trying to accumulate, I don't know, a couple of minutes per day, every day.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's going to work, but definitely worth trying.
Yeah.
Also, do you know the crossover symmetry stuff? You know what that is?
Yeah, I got it all. I've had it for like 5 years, bolted into my wall, and I never use it.
Well, there you go, man. I'm telling you, shared experience. I've had the same shit you have, worse things at times. And we got that at the gym. Boy, is that a lifesaver. Spending, I don't know, 4 or 5 days a week just going through different little stabilizer muscle exercises, because that's often what it is. You know, CrossFit, we build the big muscles. We forget about the small muscles. So slowing it down and just like isolating those muscles. That's my recommendation.
What sucks is the pain goes away once I'm warm, and then I work out and it comes back with a vengeance. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's not uncommon at all.
I warm up and I'm like, oh, my shoulder's better, and then I do something stupid, and then I'm like, an hour later, I'm like, holy fuck, I can't even like it hurts to wipe my ass.
Damn.
Yeah,
something's going on. You've aggravated something. You definitely aggravated something. Do you have any?
It especially
do you
hurts.
have a PT
It especially
or
hurts.
anybody?
No, fuck those guys. I've been to a physical therapist 3 times. All 3 times they hurt. I left there worse than when I went there. It especially.
I don't
hurts.
mean like a generic fucking McDonald's drive-through kind of PT. I mean like.
Oh yeah, dude. I went to the best. I went to the best one in town. Like the Asian guy, all the CrossFitters swear by. And he fucking ruined me. He hurt me so fucking bad.
That's probably because you offended him.
I wish I work on my sons every single day. I wish I could work on myself. I have like hands of magic. I swear Jesus Christ lives in my hands.
What about Ailey?
I probably could pick pick up a dead bird and it would fly away. What? No. She only touches my cock. She has no interest in me outside of my cock.
I mean, that makes it feel better. I hope.
It doesn't help my back.
Makes it worse. Well, that sucks. Yeah, I mean, there's some PTs out there that I've seen that in the CrossFit space that, you know, hey, my shit's all messed, my shoulder, my back, whatever. I see them and they do. Have you? Here's another one. Have you tried dry needling? Ever have anyone dry needle you?
No, my wife suggested that too.
Ooh, it's weird at first. It's real weird, but I'm just throwing out ideas.
Yeah,
I want to see you.
Yeah, thank you.
See you hurting, man. No, but the hanging and the crossover symmetry, that should definitely helps.
All right.
For sure. Hey, for the listeners, anyone in the single world, the guys out there, there's this phenomenon that I'm seeing, and I just want to get shared experience. So send me some DMs. There seems to be this thing going on in the dating world right now where every other profile you come across on these apps is a girl and her dog. And like, not like this girl was married or in a relationship and she ended up with a dog, but like this dog is her boyfriend and you are a second boyfriend to the dog. And I've experienced it firsthand where I'm with a girl and the dog's cute, but then the dog doesn't leave us alone. And then the dog we need to do something with the dog. And then the dog has to come places with us. And then we're intimate. The dog's like right there, and I'm just like, is this a new thing? Is this something that like do men suck that bad that women have replaced them with dogs, or do women suck that bad that they're like, you know what, this dog is going to be my new boyfriend, and even any boyfriend I have is going to come second to this dog.
Women who have
you seen that at all?
No, but women who have dogs, you know what that is, right? Women who are obsessed with their dogs.
My guess, my assumption is the dog doesn't cheat. The dog's excited to see her every time. The dog, you know, it's not a guy, so it's like she can control the dog. But what is your?
They want a baby, and they don't know it. They want it's their clock ticking. They want a baby so fucking bad, and 100% of the time, 10 out of 10, 100 out of 100, 1,000 out of 1,000. As soon as they have the baby, the dog gets neglected. So the chick that's like always worried about her dog and takes her dog everywhere and her dog's everything to her, the second you drop a big slimy goo of baby batter in her twat, and that baby grows in there for 9 months and it comes out, dog's toast.
That didn't even cross my mind.
Yeah, they just need to catch a hot load. That's it.
They need a baby.
Yeah, they just need a baby.
Damn.
And it goes away.
To your point that the clock's ticking, most of these girls are closer to my age, mid-30s. I think you have something going there. Yeah.
The second, my wife was like so into all the dogs we had. They went everywhere with her. They were always sitting on her lap in the car. Like everything was about the dog. Getting up in the middle of the night when we'd be in hotels to let the dog out. I mean, just this attentiveness to the dog that was like mind-boggling to me. That was pathological, right? And I know a bunch of girls that are like this that make my wife look like she was completely normal. Then the second they get fucking a baby, it's no longer like it used to. A typical manifestation of it is a girl who has a dog. The first thing she pulls up somewhere, she jumps out of the car. She's worried about her dog. The second they have a baby, they don't even know where the dog is. Dog gets hit by a car. Dog's running around. Dog's not getting fed. And hey, and do you know who the happiest one in the whole bunch is? The dog. He's finally so happy that this fucking human isn't fucking riding their jock all the time and gets to like, you know what I mean? Gets a little
I didn't even
freedom.
think about that.
Yeah. I know.
So I need to knock somebody up.
Yeah, if a chick has a dog, just be like, yo, you want me to fix that? You're pathological fucking. But they'll defend it. They don't even know. They're so clueless. They definitely do defend it to death. Yeah.
Not only defend it, but they're offended that I would even say anything. And don't get me wrong, I love dogs. Of course, dogs are great, but especially over cats. But like, I'm just asking, what's this attachment, this fixation, and this obsession, and then you get mad at me. Okay.
And if you bring that up to him, they'll get pissed. If you bring it up to him, they'll get pissed.
I'm sure. Yeah. I'll report back.
All right. Thank you.
Appreciate you, brother. See you later.
Bye. God, I'm a fucking wealth of knowledge. How have I not written 10 books? I know everything. Just ask me, I'll tell you. Okay, I'm glad I got to show the cops. Epstein survivor, we did that. What is this one? This one looks like it might be good. I don't know. I don't have the energy for that one. Fat people, NFL draft. We did that. Did I tell you guys sugar causes cancer? Did we cover that? I think we did. I'm going to say it every show now. Sugar causes cancer. It needs to be brought. It needs to be at the forefront. You saw AOC and Bernie Sanders flying around on private jets. You guys saw that? All their rallies for the poor, for the poor libs. Do you know what? Do you know what? Part of the element of being liberal is a vow of poverty. I was chatting with Greg about that the other day. He's like, "Yeah, it's a complete vow of poverty." And hating rich people is like shitting on your dreams. All right, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna need a 10-minute refresh, powder my nose. Miss Valenzuela, what's the fat person video? I just saw one with a fat lady trying to fit into the seat of a roller coaster ride, but it's not her fault. It's the amusement park's fault for not being inclusive. Jenny, I saw that same video. Yeah, we're all on the same algorithm. Algorithm. All right, wish me luck. We're meeting Sousa and I think Tyler Watkins are meeting with the guys who are going to help us get the bonded router for the NorCal Classic. This is really stressing me out that we're not going to have internet because NorCal Classic's out in the middle of nowhere. And hopefully these guys have a solution for us so it doesn't look like when we covered Zelos games. Thank you, Mr. Lang. Tell Sousa I said hi. So I will see you guys later. Today's Monday, so there will be a Dave Castro weekend review. Also, there is going to be a live reaction show today, very soon, I think. At some point today, there'll be a live reaction show. JR and Taylor will be going live the second the semifinal workouts are released. And I believe that's later today. That is going to be a fun show. I kind of want them to invite me to go on it. Did we talk about the team's leaderboard? No, is it all fucked up? Good luck. Thank you, Mr. Clark. Oh, and Bryson. Oh, Maris. Oh, sweetie poo. And Bryson. Bryson Del Monte will be on the show with J.R. Howell and Taylor Self today. Big show, reaction show. Bye, Joe. See ya. How does that work? Do you guys wake up in the morning and you're like, okay, the show's going to be on at 7? I wonder what you guys all do when you listen to the show. Are you driving somewhere? You know, that was kind of my dream. That's kind of my vision. My vision is that you wake up at 6, you get ready, then at 7 you're driving to work, and while you're stuck in traffic, you listen to the show. That's like kind of like that was my like hope. You pretend you're working. What happened to the girl who was like my shrink who used to listen to the show? I masturbate to the show. I take a crap during the show. You're working and listening. I'm working and let you ramble in the background. I'm supposed to be working. I sit on the couch and drink coffee and make my way to the gym. Starlink can't do it. I know, Reed. The thing is this, Reed. Starlink could do it, but one Starlink can't do it. It might need to be 3 Starlinks. Look, if you're into that stuff, Reed, look up bonded routers. We used to use something like this back in the day at the Del Mar Fairgrounds. We did something that would send out packets from multiple sources, and then they would reassemble somewhere else. It's basically when you're shooting video with the camera with the bonded router, it can go out like some of it can go out on T-Mobile, some of it can go out on AT&T, some of it can go out on Verizon, some of it can go out on Starlink, all simultaneously, so that you can actually shoot 1080. If we use Starlink, we could be screwed. Yeah, bonded routers are awesome. I know the technology is amazing. They have multiple 5G cards, SAT, and other things, right? Yeah, it's a really cool technology. Been around forever, but I think it's actually affordable now. The show really makes my golf course look better and makes me harder. And when I'm harder, I'm happier. And when I'm happier, I pump harder. Hotspot. Yeah, it's kind of like a hotspot, but with multiple SIM cards. It is like that, I guess. So not one of you said you listen to the show while you're driving to work. What a complete fucking failure. Here we go. Jeffrey Birchfield. A technology that allows aggregation of multiple Ethernet-like interfaces into a single virtual link, thus getting higher data rates and providing failover. Yeah, that's what it says on their website. Something like that. Jason, football season's coming, buddy. Jason, I got to get you my phone number. I need to be able to text with you. All right. Oh, LiveView is the one I've used. Yeah, so we tried to partner with LiveView. We tried to get, or not partner. We tried to like contact them, and we made an appointment and everything to get the skinny on them, and we couldn't get them on the line. It was a pain in the ass. So we called these people called Crosstalk. I think they're in Oregon, and they have a provider, a service called PepLink. Hey, dude.
Yo, what's up, man?
I'm live still, but hey, is this a Google chat or is it a phone call?
No, I think we're just gonna give him a call. So whenever you're ready, I could either call him and get the call started.
I'll call you.
And loop you in, or vice versa.
Okay, I'll call you in 2 minutes.
Okay.
Hey, Joe Ellis is saying that he used LiveView and he got it from he just purchased it from B&H.
B&H.
You know, the Jew huge electronics store in New York.
Oh no shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, well that was a problem. I've back to me. They said, "Oh, we're gonna have a distributor contact you." That was the end of the line. So it was, yeah, I don't know. We got to find a local resell of it.
Okay, yeah. I'll call you in 2 minutes.
Okay,
bye. All right, guys. Love you guys. Talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.